4-stroke single cylinder, so there's definitely not a lot of power, so every inch of the racetrack is a hard fight. So awesome to see a lap record yesterday, so smashed almost 2 seconds off it. So Zach Fuller, a 2:04.635 lap record pace yesterday, and with this headwind down the front straight, I don't imagine we'll get anywhere near that. But here we go, off for a start, lights are on. Anyway, Jesse Stroud wide down a little bit, so look at the Zach Fuller show. Hamilton man in beautiful orange and white leathers, looks to get the jump on them, but slipstreaming is the name of the game. The lead could change 3 times before they head into Flexiplas. We'll have a look on the beautiful Ctas live screen to catch an update as they head around Flexiplas for the first time in this 5-lapper.
So there we go, an opportunity to see our GixRs out there, the world of GSXRs and little 150. I had the privilege of being 2 years ago at Motorcycling New Zealand Conference and Road Race Workshop, where it was Simon Mead who did the presentation on what we were going to do with this class, and for the fact that at retail these bikes available at $3,500, but in fact go to $599 and give them the whole kit. So in fact for the first time there was something to race with: quality Alpine Star leathers, bell, helmets, the boots, the gloves, the entire package. So we got quality gear with these people on board as well, so it wasn't just going to be a budget from a bike point of view, but give them a great kind of bike. Also for the fact that they would be controlled and supported by the fact there would be policing of the technical issues, and for the fact that they could have the Mead Speed titanium exhaust system, so we could take that massive 13, you heard it, 13 horsepower, and poke out something closer to 15 just by putting on that great pipe. And now look at the numbers, we've exploded. We've had an extra 5 join us from last year, so these numbers certainly looking fabulous now and really are complementing a great field. But look at that, it'll be over our top 2 as they swing wide. I'm sure it's going to be Jesse and Zach when we update them. They've been glued together, tied on 90 points going into racing yesterday. The advantage for Jesse, but the lap record to Zach in the fight, so it gives you an idea of how close they were. And there, in fact, it is Zach. Zach over Jesse. Look at the stature of the two of them. Look at little Jesse tucked in there in that second place. He's a tiny little pilot, and he can use that to his advantage, Brad.
Yeah, awesome to see them all fly through the dipper. Neat and tidy. That undid a few people last year. So it looks like Clark found the greymouth man. He's got a better start. He was on the grass this time in the first race. So while they head around the rock sweeper, and it is Zach and Jesse, but we noticed this front straight at Ruapuna is brutal for these 150s. So you don't want to be leading out of the rock sweeper. You want to be leading heading into Flexiplas. But so it is Zach Fuller. He'll lead the way, and we'll just have a look. This is where Jesse will come into his own. Not only has he got the slipstream, but he's a lot smaller into the headwind, so he'll tuck in, and then as they cross the line, it could be Jesse in front of Zach. And then we get the update with Clark Fountain, Justin Walker, Shane Willan, Liam Whelan to a good start, Cameron Goldfinch, Hamish Simpson, Luca Learning, and Curtis Boyd rounding out the top 10 as we see the new leader, Jesse Stroud, head into Flexiplas, the left-hander. Head up down the Liquid Molly straight and into Icom, so awesome stuff. And those two chopping and changing already. Like Zach might be around the outside.
Yes, he has.
So as we have a look down the Liquid Molly straight, and then we'll have a look down Icom, you'll get another bit of slipstream down the back straight here. They come out of there and head to the Euromark left-hander, and we've definitely got the cream rising with these two guys. They were class act yesterday, and now they're breaking away already.
Look at that, and a change possibly coming up for that 3rd place as well. Look at that, the tuck on the inside. I think we could be seeing the change there. Shane trying to get in on the break. I don't know whether he's made it, but it was Clark that's been up there. So Clark, Justin, Shane are our 3 riders, and I think it was Shane then to do so. So, well, we'll no, in fact, look at that for a change coming up on the inside of Fulton Hogan as well. Looking good, but now indeed we are going back to our front runners, and still at this stage with Zach. It's Zach that takes the advantage through the tight man. He can corner this man, but indeed when it comes to the open and the lightweight, that's where that advantage of Jesse's into its own. So fantastic GixRs, nothing that's major. In fact, as well advised to us by Spider through the average speed at the likes of Suzuki Cemetery Circuit. These guys still with an average of nearly 90 kilometres an hour, and you've got bigger bikes that are only doing an average under 120. So as much as their speed in a straight line is a lot slower, average speed through their ability to corner and their technique and their lightweight, of course, counteracts that a little bit. And you can then see that there's a good run. Oh, I just see that Jacob's come to join us up here. I haven't even spotted him. He's quietly walking in on the scene. So we've taken our headset microphones off and now got corded one, so it allows this opportunity to quickly just get Jacob in on the scene. Is this where brother Jesse's at his best, Jacob?
Yeah, no, he's looking really good out there. This will be a great learning curve for him. It's so windy out there, it's just going to be brutal in his little bikes to see how he counteracts that and manages to stay in the slipstream where it might not be slightly off centre to see if he can get Zach in the line.
Nice to see. There's Jacob Stroud, big brother, looks to join us.
The fastest man on track, Justin Maunder, who snuck up into third place now with a 2:07.4. So you were 3 seconds off the lap record pace yesterday, and that'll be 90% to do with the headwind down this front straight. But as we see, Jesse has taken the lead down the front straight, and he will lead down the Liquimoli straight. So a little bit better than last time, but just on 3 laps to go. So there's action-packed 5-lap sprint races for the Gix, and they'll come back for the Grand Prix and have an 8-lapper later on. So that's going to be awesome, and even things like how much fuel you got on board will come into play and stuff like that. So awesome to see that 3-way fight for 3rd, 4th and 5th. That's awesome with Justin, Clark and Shane in there. They're just chopping and changing all throughout, so awesome stuff to see. And then we go back, and there's even some girl power with Lucy and Sarah in 14th and 15th place, so they're having a good little battle out as they head into Euromark as well. So awesome stuff all around the Gixar Cup, and the bit I love about it is how we saw yesterday young Harry Parker leading and lap recording in the 300 with Blake Ross right behind him as well. So we've got guys like that, Matt Bro and the Pro Twins and stuff. So already in 12 months, the graduation that Gixar Cup has provided us is just amazing.
Here, great point, Brad, as we cement that. And in fact, yesterday with both Harry and Blake, and they both crashed in their 300 races, and they did that as well with Gixar. So they've gotten the practice of crashing and know how to do that and get away with it. And they did it again yesterday with their massive step up. So great to see. All right, there we go with our duel out in the front. Then the 3-way fight for that 3rd place. And then after those 3 have gone through, we're back to 6th place. And look at those 3 again. We've got a lonely rider here in a 10th place. So that's making it probably a little bit harder for them as they look to do the update. But Zach, Jesse, Justin, Clark and Shane looking out for Justin Maunder, the man who leads that next group. And look at that, see quickly separate so you don't get the advantage of the slipstream. Great work to do. That is super thinking by little Jesse. Good work. And look at that, he's got the advantage, so he quickly went over there. So by the time we get Zach to follow, he's actually got a detour over to the side of the track there and try and make that advantage. And he pulled that off. He pulled that off big time. Great bit of work there. So just as Jesse had done the slingshot and got the slipstream on Zach in in the previous lap, all of a sudden what Zach could try and do back to Jesse was unsuccessful through Jesse's quick thinking work there. Looking at that battle, still Justin, Clark in there at the moment, so keen to go with that one. And then Shane, who's dropped back. So Justin Maunder's the man who's been making up the ground. Great work by the young man who's fighting it out of the Manua too. So good work by Justin in that next fight. In fact, look at that. Look how he was broken clear. So Justin, now he's left the other 2. Now the other 2 have got to watch it because they'll be fighting amongst themselves. And look at that now from Shane. Shane trying to get up on the inside of Clark. Might be the change coming up there. So Clark, after having run in 3rd place for so long, looks like he might have dropped it back to a 5th. He had a very good corner there. So he gets an opportunity to get out of it and get back round. But in fact, the work has been done then by Justin to break clear. And now what he might be able to do and starting to do, see the gap changing, because with the fighting going on out in front with the block passing, those guys taking up more of the track, and it means somebody like Justin who can just concentrate on his own ride, gets his position, knows where he is on the track, and look at that, he's quickly right up to them, Brad.
Yeah, he's flying. He's all hanging it out to dry into Fulton Hogan all out over the show, and now he is charged into, I think, a chance at 2nd place. Not quite close enough this time, but we see Zach Fuller take the lead, and then now it's a 3-way fight with Justin right in there. So awesome. I love to see the lap time this time round because he's clearly the fastest man on the track, but I can see as Zach Fuller leads him into the zipper. Jesse, what an awesome last corner. He sacrificed a lot of the exit speed to tuck onto the left, break the slipstream, and not only did he do that, he tucked in behind the fence, the wind sort of coming across, a diagonal wind across the front straight. So if you get tucked into the fence, a little man like Jesse can sort of break the wind a little bit up against the fence there. So awesome racecraft and awesome stuff. And these guys are just teenagers, and already with the racecraft like that, as they see a 3-way fight coming down the front straight.
Well, where did Justin Maunder come from, and how much ground did he make up? Absolutely incredible. Look at that side by side. Jesse gets the slingshot again. Oh, that is good work. And looking then at Justin, so he's got that advantage. And then going back to Shane, yes, and Clark, who's gone to 5th place. So Clark a 3, 4, 5. So some work cut out for that young man. We would find it hard, I'm sure, to get back to that 3rd place, but I know he'll have the ability in the last lap to try and regain that one from Shane. So the others are learning, and I think the biggest learning to do. And Brad, you were looking to see who would have the fastest time, and no change there at the moment. So as much as he
2 seconds, nearly 2 seconds quicker a lap than the other 2 in 1st and 2nd place. So 2:08s and 2:06s. So I think he's shot up into the lead now. I think as we look down out of Icon and into Euromark left-hander in the last lap, I think we have taken the lead. And then now that Zach and Jesse are fighting as well, this is going to fall right into his hands. So what a ride from Justin Maunder.
Wow, this is going to be a great breakthrough run for this man. Just when the other two had dominated, you'd probably say the third best in the overall lineup had been somebody like Clark Fountain. But I tell you what, Justin, it's almost like he found a little turbo switch and managed to make a change during the race. So unsure of that. Was it a technique? Was it something that he was able to do just to make the change, because he bolted clear of the trio along with Shane and Clark that he was in to catch up to that duel going on in the front between Jesse and Zach?
Unbelievable. We see them all come out of the carousel just about in a row as we head into the Southern Salvagesses. What a ride. Justin Maunder is going to lead them through the Southern Salvagesses, and now Zach Fuller looking for a way into second place. So this is going to be hard for Jesse. He's also got to attack the lead, but he's got to defend his second place. Wide into the dipper, but the little 150 managed to pull it off. So there's a couple of different lines you can take in the dipper, but he has sacrificed a little bit of exit speed and look for Jesse around the outside, but a decent enough run to the line. This is going to all come down to slipstream and tactics down the front straight as we've got the Rock Sweeper to go and down the front straight.
Here we go. Look at that for the sweeper out the Rock FM run. Here we go. And now looking who's going to take the move. Oh, Zach right out too wide. I think he might have been too much. This is where Jesse's into his own. No, can he get it? Jacob's getting excited up. Here we go for the run to the line. Will he get there? Will he get there? I reckon he can. I reckon he can. Yes. Oh, he has done it. He has done it. You are incredible, Jesse Stroud. Absolutely amazing. And that's the power to wait, folks. There is no substitute for it. And he's done very well. Jacob was getting excited up here and looking out for him. He had all the confidence in the world he would do it, didn't you?
Yeah, no, he's been really working on that last run out of the line. GixR Cup racing can't really make a break in this class, so it's really good for his racecraft to learn all this now in this GixR Cup class. And I think if you add the two, the gaps between the leader and second place in the last two races, you come out to almost half a tenth. So, you know, it's pretty good racing out there in the GixR Cup.
Thank you, Jacob. And Brad's been going through those results for us.
Yeah, first Jesse Stroud, Justin Maunder, who ended up with the fastest lap time at 2:06.093. So that's not bad in these conditions. Zach Fuller third, Shane Miller got the fourth, Clark Fountain fifth, Cameron Goldfinch in sixth, Hamish Simpson seventh, Liam Whelans eighth, Hunter Stoneman Boyle, a good little late race charge, get up to ninth, Luca Durning in 10th, Michael Dowman, Curtis Boyd, Caleb Stroud, young Caleb, 13th place, and Lucy Dowman and Sarah Humphrey in 15th place. So awesome stuff from the GixRs, and an awesome thing on Ctas Live if you have your phone, if you're watching it.